Badger tools is... Oh!
It's over the kick going. Oh, he nosedives.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Speed Without Engine, the place where fast-paced action meets pure fun. Get ready for some sick designs, crazy crashes, and tons of laughs. Let's go. And the performance score is good, it's 33. And off they go. So smoke, water or die, and they get smoked. Aren't I observant? They've lost some of the tools off the back of it there. That was the bridge is on its way down, with a hammerhead driving it. That's where the carrot found it difficult, through there. Badger tools is... Oh! I was just about to say it's okay! And it's nosedived! It was looking so good, and then that small obstacle there, look at the wheels! Wow! That is as big a crash as you're going to see.
This might be a case of whether this one can actually stay in one piece down the course. A good push-off and plenty of speed to start with. The pyrotechnics at the back. Mind the gap, safely navigated. This looks a lot quicker than the Arriva boys that we've just seen. Over the wedge. Now we go for the apples and pears. This might be a problem. No safely through, all the wheels intact. It's a quicker run, this. Moving towards the finish. A little bit of showboating as well. Oh, there's the problem. The kicker, the curse of the kicker strikes for the first time. Just look how high that the first pewter takes off. Almost went completely backwards, and then it just disintegrated the moment it hit the track. And there's not much left of that. Too much weight at the back.
It's always important to get a good start. That's what they're going to try and do. That very steep ramp, 420 metres ahead of them, 23 for the performance. And off go quintessentially British with Glenn the pilot and Lee the co-pilot. This is the first test fall, and it's the Lido, and they lose it emphatically. This is where it went wrong. They got a lot of speed going into the Lido. It just nosedived to the front, caught the second ramp, and away they went. The glasses went everywhere. Watch the pilot's goggles here. Down they go. Oh, there we go. Got to be careful through there. Well, that's what this team are going to try and do. And it can't be comfortable in that small soapbox. They're both over 6 feet tall. So let's see how the combination of driver and braker actually works here in Brussels. No need for the brakes yet, although those wheels don't look great at the front, do they? The cobbles, the Belgian cobbles. So far, the combination doing okay. Still doing okay. Oh, just lost it a bit there. Every time they hit a bump, one of those wheels tends to buckle underneath and then come back out again. Oh, big airs cost them. Too much waving. Look, he's celebrating there. He's gone straight into the barriers. You're supposed to... Off we go again. That battery's gone a bit flat. Here's the car wash. Plenty of foam in there again because they're taking so long. Can they get through? What will they look like on the other side? Look at all the foam. There we go. There we go. Didn't see the bail, did he? Too much waving again. He's like a presidential candidate, waving to everybody. There's the finish. So much better. There's the wave. And then coming up is the crash. Oh, hang on. There we go, look. One hand on the steering wheel, my friend, is not enough in Brussels. And very, very treacherous now ahead of them. And off they go. You can see the height of the berm there. And they're wobbling already. Here we go through the car wash. And then the tunnel, 34 kilometres an hour through there and over. That's 2 out of 2 that's come to grief through there. There must be a real problem because it's fast. Straight down the slope and into the water, then straight out to the water and down towards the stair set. Down the stairs and up the other side. Oh, she's gone again. She's gone again. Straight after the stair set. You're going so quick at that point and it's so slippery on the surface. That Off they go. The moment of truth.
for Gromit's Comet. Ollie behind the wheel. Sam, Duncan and Natasha, the rest of the team following down behind. Here's the water, the Lido, no problem. Just slightly concerned as to whether the dog's mask might go over his eyes at some point and he might not see where he's going, but that's for him to worry about and not me. 28 miles an hour, that's not bad, that stacks up quite well. And in the main, it's in one piece, and he's keeping it going. And it looks nice and easy to steer, and there's a big air, oh, look at that for an off. He managed to keep it going. And lots of speed through there, and that's where he lost it. Look, it was the front end and then the back end, and he could never get it back again. He actually did remarkably well to hang on to the steering wheel, but that is the rundown here at Alexandra Palace for Gromit's Comet.
Is the first one down. This is based on the Sriracha hot chili sauce. They entered in 2014 in Seattle, but didn't finish. So let's see how they do today with this relatively streamlined soapbox and the big wheels, and they are off and on their way. It's not a course that's full of obstacles, but it's a course that will test the pilot in different ways. Building up with those big wheels. They might be okay today, bearing in mind there's not too many bumps, although he's got it wrong around there. It's just that sweeping right-hander, and didn't get round there tight enough. And the good news is, as far as they're concerned, is there's no damage significantly to the soapbox. Arrow at the back, there's the kicker, over there, one or two little bits to start to come off at the back and over the finish line. And a big smash at the end. Should be okay. And don't forget the brakes, everybody, at the finish. Frank is the pilot, Jules is behind him, Frank is Woody, Jules is Buzz, and off they go. The first thing you can see there is the berm. From the berm they go car wash, and then it starts to get really interesting. Here's the car wash. You can see that it's slippy. It's going to be difficult for these guys today. Through the tunnel, and he's losing it there, and he's lost it. Here it is again, look, it's really slippy through there, and I think that's the case of just losing it, really. And then we get towards the stair set. Can't wait to see them go through here. Down the stairs, bang! And up the other side and off. They've lost Buzz Lightyear, he's gone. He's wobbling all over the place. And then the finish line, and don't forget the drop at the end of it. Down we go. Can he stop it? Oh, he's lost it there. We're going to see a few do that today, I'm sure. Had a drop like that in any of the soapbox races. There's the stair set, which took out the co-pilot in spectacular fashion. And this was spectacular too. It's a long way down there. Of the operation. They're students from Lausanne, they're studying sport. They love skiing, they love that kind of thing. Those adrenaline sports. So they should be perfectly suited here today. There's the on-board shot from inside the soapbox. It's nice and bright, this one, and it's picking up a fair deal of speed. Almost managed to clear that middle section. Here we go through the chicane. Oh, not through the chicane. Halfway through the chicane. Circuit where you have to apply the brakes. The chicane is one of them. Now they're going to try and push their way down to the finish. And there's still a fair way to go. Oh, and over the wedge. And a little clip in the air as well. Put them in contention. And the Jaguar Mark II is on the way down, the E-Type, with Charlie behind the wheel. Nice and quick down towards the Lido. Let's see how they go through here. Very bouncy through there. It's a big, long soapbox, and now over the lolly drop. He's given it absolutely everything, but he can't keep it straight. And he caught the straw bale, and that was it. Look at it here. He's trying his best to keep it going. Never really recovered after that. And there's the bale sticking out. They couldn't miss it. Really, really quick at the top part. There's nothing you can do when you go nose first into the straw bale at that speed. And a nice colourful one here to start, modelled on a dancing carrot from television. And the performance score is 27, and off they go. And it's nice and streamlined because it's a carrot, and it's got big wheels, and it's very slippy. And you've got to really keep your concentration here because it's slippy and it's fast. And they're going okay up to now. No, they're not. They're just at the side, and the carrot's gone, and they're out. Both of them are out. And from that minute on, there was no way back. And look at that back wheel bending on impact as well. Fantastically spectacular through there.
So the moment of truth arrives for Team Sky racers. Down the ramp they go, big push, and away they go. The smoke billows out of the funnel. And they're safely over it in one piece after minding the gap. Now it comes down to the wedge. And it's a neat run so far. It's pretty smooth and it's pretty fast. And pears followed by the kicker. It's the same old story. Here we go then with the apples and pears. Absolutely bolts over that. A couple of bounces on the landing. Now it's whether they can get through the chicane and down in one piece towards the kicker and have the momentum to get towards the finish line. The rocket powering down the slopes at Alexandra Palace over the kicker. We go! Oh, he nosedives and he flips it over and he's on his side. Actually cost him because he went nose first into the track. They will push him over the finish line, but it's probably cost him big time. And I just wonder whether the funnel dive, let's see it, into the kicker. Everything's fine at this point. And then just look at that, straight in, nose first, almost went over the handlebars, thought he might save it, down he went, and Team Sky Racer end up in a heap, just yards away from the finish line. So that's how they did. The next team we're going to see are here for the beer.